cabaret where my hair is straight today. But it is finally the October month. And so September is over. We did Shirtwaist September on my Instagram. I ended up posting almost every day, every shirtwaist dress that I have. And I didn't post on Instagram any of the hats that I shared here, but I did have an interesting interaction on my Instagram where one of my followers sent me a picture of the pattern for the little bandana hat that I made. Remember I told you it was off of a picture I seen online? This must have been the picture I seen online and I just couldn't remember it, and that's why I ended up sketching it out. So she sent me the picture of the pattern, and I think she even mentioned that she might send it to me, which I don't know. We didn't end up talking much more after that because I was busy with my kids, but very interesting interaction. I felt very smart in my brain because I was like, I remembered it. And when I looked at the picture, I'll pop it up right here. But when I looked at the picture, I was like, this is it. This was what I seen. And God, for the life of me, could not remember what it was that I was basing it off of. Anyways, we are in October. I am wearing pumpkin spice latte earrings and my witch, you're a witch t-shirt because it is now the season of the witch. I know that we always say we're in the burr months as soon as September hits, but I live in Southern California and it has been 100 degrees up until maybe this week where we finally hit 80s. So now I feel in the burr months. And I'm very excited for October. I'm very excited for Halloween-y, like pumpkin patchy party, Halloween spooky party type things. And I put a poll, or not a poll, but like a questionnaire on my Instagram of what we wanted to see this month. And I really liked them. Some of my friends were being hilarious and just talking naughties, and I just made jokes out of those things. But some people were saying like vintage Halloween decorations. The cool thing about that is I already decorate rather vintagey Halloween. I do want to do a video on my decorations. So I haven't pulled out my decorations, even though it was supposed to be this last week and then I did. Sometime this week and weekend, I'm going to do that. So I will make a video about it, kind of talking about not consuming more, because more than likely we have enough. At least me at my age and my stage in life. I have 2 kids, I live in a house, and I've been collecting Halloween since I was a literal child. So I don't need to buy more decorations, and I really like my decorations. I use vintage style decorations, and I decor with my blow molds and everything. We keep it rather simple outside. I don't know, this year maybe we'll go a little all out. I really want the giant skeleton. One year that might be a purchase. This year is not that year, but I do want to do like how I transform my house into a witch cave instead of the bat cave. It's a witch cave. And then, yeah, kind of just like an underconsumption or do not consume more. Just use what you got or make things. If you have kids or if you have family members, use this time to make really awesome paper mache. I have seen videos of paper mache, pumpkins, and cat heads. These things are awesome. And every year I say I'm going to make one and I haven't done it yet. I don't know if this year will be the year we do make one, but either way, do it. Make things. We'll get to that when I make that video. This is more like a what is coming in October, what have I made, or what do I plan on making? I have waiting on the fabric for this because I did not have and I could not thrift this fabric. I did go thrifting looking for this fabric, but I need green linen, and I've gathered all the rest of my supplies to finish this project. And I don't want to talk about it until I make the video. Just know that it's going to be green and linen. And then my partner sent me a video of these quilted witch hats, which leads me to talk about what I want to do. Like this is not my only stack, but I have stacks of fabric scraps, and some of them are too small to even make hats or any kind of accessory out of. So I've been looking at Victorian crazy quilts and I'm obsessed. Then he sends me these pictures and videos of these witch hats that are quilted. This one's super cute. It is themed. I don't know if you can really tell because it's screen on screen, but it's themed pumpkin-y, ghosty pink, and I love pink. So I am gonna look at my scraps, see what I have left over from last year's Halloween or spooky season sewing, and try to make something like that. Because I already have a witch hat pattern, I'm just gonna use that and make a quilted witch hat. Very cottagecore style and girly style. I'll show you a little bit of like, this is the stuff I like on Pinterest. It's like pink Victorian houses, pink tiles and stuff like that. So that is kind of like going to be my inspiration for that witch's hat. And then the green dress that I'm going to sew, that will be on, I will make a video of it. Then the decorations, Halloween costumes that can either be made or be made from stuff we already have. I really want to do one where I'm making it or designing things off of stuff we already have here in the house. So this week I do have on Friday, Pinup Life Magazine or Pinup Life Photography is having their Halloween party, and I'm gonna go to that. So I'm gonna kind of vlog it. I suck at vlogging, but I'm gonna like take you along because they always do like a mini photo shoot, and it's so fun. If you guys are in the LA area and you are into pinup or vintage, you need to follow them, Pinup Life Photography, and get on their email list so that you can be invited to their awesome little parties. Then, or go and book a session, a photography session, because I'm telling you, best thing ever. I've done a video on my birthday photo sesh, and it was amazing. Then on Saturday, so back to back, Saturday is the Haunted Harbor Hop in, I think it's Long Beach. But I can't wait because this year I'm actually going to take my daughter. It is like space age themed, and I'm going to attempt to do things with things I already have. So I've done a vintage alien many years ago, probably over 10 years ago now. And I don't have the costume bits that I made from that, but I have the thing my dad made is like a hat and antennas, and he made me like a space age gun. Or pew pew. I don't know. I don't like being censored. But anyways, like if you're not allowed to say it, it's a space age thingamajig. Very Marvin the Martian style. Anyways, I want to create like a belt because I have a gold lame outfit from Lady Splendor clothing that I bought at Viva. You guys might remember. I'm going to, I think, create that into like a space age outfit. We shall see how it comes together, but that is like my plan, and I will take you guys along for that ride too, and I'll just mash those into one video so that you guys can have a little adventure with me. It is opening up spooky season for me, and I have been in a bit of a slump in life. I've been in a bit of a slump, a little bit depressed, and letting the dark forces take over my brain, but I am trying to come out of it. I know that with my family, anything is possible. And so we are getting through all of the things. Anyways, so that is like the next thing I'm going to film. If I have time, I may do the quilted hat before then. We shall see. I am not doing like a spooky themed dress this year because I did like 3 of them last year, and I don't feel like I need to do more of them. You know, I have a ton of dresses. I just did like 16 dresses in my Shirtwaist September video. That is only shirtwaist dresses. I have a ton of dresses. I have ball gowns. I have vintage style, rockabilly. I don't really need, right? We don't need more. I just love creating for the sake of creating. I have been watching on YouTube because I don't have TikTok. I do have Instagram, but I haven't seen it on Instagram yet. I've only seen it on YouTube because they're talking about TikTok. This personal, not agenda, like curriculum of what you want to do. And they're saying just fall. I'm saying like during the burr months, I usually get a little bit of seasonal depression in December and January. So I'm actually planning to keep myself mentally busy during those months where I'm not hiking as much and I'm not like outdoors as much. And this year, I know last video I was talking about Socktober, which is, I'm going gung-ho, guys. I've got my knitting needles. I've casted on a pair of socks. I have not connected the round yet, but I am doing that. I am starting it. I am committed. I will be making socks, and then it's going to, this is what I'm hoping, it's going to propel me back into knitting. I have only ever knit blankets, scarves, and little hats. Knitting, 2 needles. I am usually a crocheter. I crochet really fast and I get a lot of that instant satisfaction from it. And I feel with my sewing projects lately, I get the same dopamine hit. It's like instant satisfaction. I'm really into my sewing and I love the process of sewing. I like to press my seams. I like to put in my zippers. I like to hem the skirts. I know there are things that I used to find really tedious, but now they're very beautiful to me because I'm like, at the end, I'm gonna have this heirloom piece of clothing that I'm hoping my children will want, or you know what I mean? It's just gonna, it's literally like museum work to me. I'm creating my own museum when I'm creating these pieces. So even though I feel like I love the process of sewing, I do feel that since I'm so proficient at what I'm sewing lately, that I need a little bit more of a challenge to keep my brain going and to keep my, you know what, just keep us going. Like, and so this curriculum thing that's going on around, I'm guessing TikTok, but I've only seen a couple creators here talk about it, is you're planning a curriculum of things to learn to kind of get us away from doom scrolling. So, and I've already been doing that. If you guys will go back a few videos, my vacation was low tech and very, very pleasurable because I wasn't on my phone. Now, since then, I have gone full force back into my phone and I don't like it. I'm literally like all day shopping, well, window shopping, but like just random stuff. And I'm sick of it. So I do read, but I haven't been reading in as much force. And so I will show you guys some of the books that I've picked up, of one that I'm in between right now, or that I'm in the middle of right now. And then the quilting, the crazy quilting, I'll show you guys like a video, or not a video, but like a pop-up of a picture of one. It's really awesome because you can use tiny scraps. Have I quilted before? Yes, when I was in high school, I took like every fiber arts class that there was available to me. And quilting was a segment of one of the fiber arts classes that I took. I hated it then because it is also, like I said, very tedious. You have to sew these seams and then press all your tiny seams, and then you're putting batting, and then you're quilting it on top. And at the time, teenage Kayla was like, this is too much. Like, I don't want to do this. I want instant gratification. But now Kayla wants to do something with all her fabric scraps that I find very beautiful, because obviously I loved this fabric to begin with. So I want to create something with that. And I feel like making just like a king size blanket, because I probably could, out of all my fabric scraps would be really cool, because it's also like an adventure through my fashion history, if that makes sense. So whatever scraps I could find, I'm going to be crazy quilting. And that is also like a lengthy project. It's not something I'm planning on being able to finish in a week. That's fun in my mind. The socks and the knitting, I'm hoping to really dive into knitting, like get that knowledge, get that talent, get that hobby rolling again, because I follow these amazing knitters. And I also have friends in the vintage community that knit these beautiful things. And I'm always like, give me some of that. Give me some of your inspiration or motivation to keep going. I don't have it, but I'm going to develop that skill this winter, or this burr month season. So October through December, I am really going to dive into my knitting. I want to do socks and eventually get into these awesome projects that like Squidney Knits posts. And then Poison Girls, they post amazing knitting patterns, and they're all like vintagey, and I want to make them. I want to make something, you know, like that. I want to say I knitted these tiny little knit purl stitches into this beautiful garment. And I've never started a garment. So I'm pretty excited about that. As far as like the rest of the curriculum, I know that the hobby part is going to be like the quilting and the knitting, and I want to make those like as a lengthy development, as in personal development. It develops patience and skill, and I really want to bring those things into my crafting world. Then reading, I do want to read at least 2 books a month, at least 1 book a month. But I would like to get to 2 books a month because I don't need to be scrolling on my phone. It's not very inspirational right now. In fact, every other thing is an ad on every app I'm on. So it's very annoying. Another thing is personal connection, like with real life connections. So if there's like an event, like I'm looking at knitting classes, like in-person knitting groups, I'm looking at like, you know, the pinup party that I'm going to on Friday. I want real life experiences rather than on our phones. It's very annoying. And I also had mentioned on Instagram that if I can't find them, I'm going to make them. I'm in Southern California, guys. So if you're a crafter and you would like to create some sort of vintage crafting group community, let's do this. Let's get it together because I am so sick of just having friends on the phone. I need friends in real life, like a stitch and bitch sesh. Let's do this. And then, yeah, so I'm thinking like those things as far as like my Burr month curriculum. I'm going to develop skills in knitting and quilting. I want to create in real life experiences, and I want to read a book a month, maybe 2 books a month. And that's going to get me through like the Burr months, I'm thinking. Yeah, and then let me show you now the books that I have, and we will continue from here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so books. I read all the time, and I like cozy mysteries, but I also like anything very fantastical or witchy. So right now I'm in the middle of Hex Education, and it's actually a really good book. I just can't, I haven't picked it up in between my clients at work and stuff. So it's really my fault why I'm not done with this book, because I should be done with this book. But I would also like to create a book club. So if you guys are into witchy, cozy mysteries or anything like that, let me know. I would like to create a book club, maybe in real life, or even that could be online, because I know that it's not always easy to get together. But something over Zoom or something we can all discuss a book. This is what I'm working on right now, though. Hex Education by Maureen Kilmer, and I do like it. Then I picked up this one at Barnes & Noble when I was actually picking up an online order. So, An Enchanting Case of Spirits, Ghost Night Out. Melissa Holtz is the author. This is the cover. It's pink and girly, but it seems very interesting. When a 40th birthday celebration leads to a ghosty visitor, 3 friends find themselves navigating surprising mysteries and spiritual hijinks in this clever debut from Melissa Holtz. So I did read the back, and then I read a few pages at the bookstore, and I was like, you know what? I'm into it. I want to read it. So these are going to be like my October books. The reason I went to Barnes & Noble in the first place was because I seen this creator on, what was I on? Patreon? And then I found out they had a book. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go pick up this book. Meg Black, creator of The Witchy Stitcher. Witchy Stitching. It is a cross-stitch book with guides on to do these cross-stitch designs. I am obsessed with them. Watch, let me see. Look at this. So beautiful. I love cross stitch. Now that is tedious and tiny, but I have never done a cross stitch that I didn't like or didn't enjoy doing. So this is going to be a fun one for me. I really love the cover art. I'm thinking that might be a project I want to do now. But those are the books that I picked up and the ones that I'm really into right now and things I want to get into. So if any of these things kind of sound fun to let me know. Have you guys witnessed this online curriculum trend thing going on? I haven't, because I don't have TikTok and I don't plan on having TikTok. But if you have, what would you want to learn or develop during these burr months where things kind of slow down anyway? I think we should take a chance on slowing down. I think we should really come together and be with our families. And then the cool thing is, like, I have daughters, so crafting with my daughters is really fun for me. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And do you guys share any hobbies with family members? Do you guys like to read? Drop all the comments below. And I will see you in my next video.